As we're sitting outside around the campfire at Waikawa Beach, Kimberley shares the most beautiful story that is imprinted on her heart. In this week's Flawed episode, we share a story about a little girl, an artist of the lips, who started school. Hi everyone, I'm Anya,
And I'm Kimberley.
and this is Flawed, authentic stories from the nest floor.
Now, this story is something that actually was a few years ago, but it's a story that is completely imprinted on my heart. And it's a story that I've shared with many early childhood educationalists and primary teachers. Now, this wee girl left the nest when she was 5. Now, most of our children don't leave till they're nearly 6, but this girl, she was 5 on Monday, and she literally started school on Tuesday. Now, at the nest, she was highly creative. She was an artist of the lips. She shared stories and shared conversations. She loved books. She was more interested in watching the mouth when you actually told a story than she was at looking at the pictures. She was really intriguing. Well, it was her first day at school. And it always amazes me because on Monday, they're like 4 years and 364 days. And on Tuesday, they're 5 years. There's not really any difference, but a calendar day. So people think they're going to be bing, bang, boom, and ready to go pumping off to school. And in many ways, this girl definitely was. But she wasn't ready for school not being ready for her. A lot of people say, hey, is Johnny ready for school? And I always think, hey, is the school ready for Johnny? So anyway, she started school, and on her very first day, the teacher asked every student to draw a picture. Actually, no, not draw. Actually, no, to colour a picture of a dark yellow. So every child got a photocopied template of a duck. In the middle of the tables, they were all given yellow. A variance, different shades of yellow, mind you, but yellow crayons, pastels, and colouring in pencils. Now, I don't know about you, but I actually have never seen a full-grown duck that's actually yellow, except for what sits in the bath and it's plastic. Anyway, so the teacher instructed all children to do this. And of course, all children obey, except our little incredibly strong creative soul. At the end of the day, the teacher put the 30 pictures of the coloured in yellow duck around the classroom. She wrote on the left-hand side of the page their name. As the parents came in, the teacher would say to the child, hey, Johnny, show Mummy your piece of art. Well, you can imagine there was 30 children and there was 29 coloured in yellow ducks. There was one that was not. So anyway, our beautiful little nestling's mother came in. Now, she's a play centre mum, so you can only imagine the aghast on her face when she saw the 29 yellow ducks. She walked in and the teacher said to her daughter, now, maybe you might need to explain to Mummy what you did. So this wee girl took Mummy to her picture, and her Mummy inside was leaping with joy, thinking, yes, hang on to your creativity, darling. And she said to her daughter, so, tell me about your picture. And this beautiful artist of the lips said to her mother, but Mum, how could I ever deface another artist's work? I merely adorned the edges and added to the picture. Now at this moment, the mum leapt for joy. Her daughter did not merely obey what the teacher said, She tried to hang on to those creative values that's already imprinted in her heart and what she's experienced. But the teacher said this was an artistic and very creative experience. We know that this was nothing more than a group of children who robotically complied to a directive. Now, I love that story because what it shows is the child may leave the nest, but the nest never leaves the child.
The Flawed podcast music is by Camille van Schoonhoven. You can find us on hartschool.nz and kimberleycrisp.com.